Hey folks, ordinarily this would be a Patreon exclusive video, but I decided to make it free on YouTube. If you want to see more videos like this, consider supporting us on Patreon. It's really cheap and it's the only way that we can continue to produce these reaction videos. Alright, now we'll get to it. Hope you enjoy.
Can't have no words like that. Words like that.
Alright folks, this is our second VoicePlay Super Show where I'm going to be reacting to 4 VoicePlay songs in a row. It's been a month since I did the first one back in January. This set, we're getting so deep into VoicePlay's catalog that the only ones I really have left are the popular pop songs from 10 years ago that VoicePlay was covering at the time whenever these songs were big. And I don't listen to pop music. If you've watched the channel, you know I'm not a big pop music guy from at least the last 10, 15, 20 years. So I didn't even know a lot of these songs, and I had to go look up the originals to try to get at least a little familiar with them before we started here. There was only one of these I knew, and it's part of a mashup. That's our first reaction here. But I know VoicePlay often does and certainly has the ability to take a song or genre that I'm not a big fan of and turn it into something really cool that I enjoy, and I'm expecting that to be the case with at least a couple of these, if not all of them. First up, this is a mashup of Ed Sheeran's Shape of You and a song called No Diggity that I don't even remember who the artist was. I looked it up and listened to it a little bit, and I don't remember who the artist was. And this is also featuring Matthew Darren. Don't know who that is, so you can drop in the comments. Let me know everything I need to know about him. Let's do it. This is Shape of You, No Diggity mashup by VoicePlay.
No diggity, no diggity.
Okay.
No diggity, no diggity. The club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go.
Okay.
Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking fast, and then we talk slow. You come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop on the jukebox, and then we start to play. And I was singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow
nice segue.
Come on now, follow my love with your body. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I like to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I like the love with the shape of. She's got class and style, street knowledge by the thousands, baby now.
Okay, I like the sound of Matthew Darren's vocals here. Also, they're kind of doing like almost a 90s to late 90s, early 2000s boy band version of these two songs mashed up that I'm really digging, though I'm not a big fan of that style. What they're doing here is really good.
Act wild, very low key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no. Let me tell you how it goes. Curves the word, spins the verbs. Lovers hate curves, so freak what you heard. Girl, you I like the way you work your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Said boy, don't talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that.
Yeah, Earl's tenor. Jeff, man, great stuff on the bass range.
I'm in love with your body. I like the way you work. I'm in love. No diggity. I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby. Come on.
Nice. Jeff getting a solo part here. Wasn't expecting that. Nice.
Come on, be my baby. Come on. Come on, be my baby. Come on. Come on, be my baby. Come on. Come on. I like the way you work it. Come on, be my baby. Come on. Come on. I like the way you work it. Come on, be my baby. I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. And though my heart is falling too.
Lane's little percussive elements, record scratching stuff, always nice with the sound effects.
Now my bed sheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you.
nice in there from Ellie. They looked at him like, okay, man.
Hey,
How's
thanks
it?
so much
Okay.
for watching. It was a real
Yeah, it seemed
pleasure
really
and a whole lot
short.
of fun to sing with this fella right here. This is Matthew Darren.
See you next time, y'all. Hey, yo. Now walk away.
That was nice. That was nice. So yeah, once again, VoicePlay took a song, in this case, two songs that I wasn't a big fan of. Shape of You was the only one I knew going in here, and I wasn't a huge fan of that. No Diggity, didn't know it all until I checked it out right before I came in to do this session. But VoicePlay, the way they mashed them up, the way that they arranged the songs, and the way they delivered, there was a boy band, like a late 90s, early 2000s boy band vibe, which is also not really my cup of tea, but something about the way the vocals of this group came together and the instrumentation, quote unquote instrumentation of Jeff's bass, Lane's beatboxing really elevated and set it off. And there was, I won't say it's not jazz. It's got the chord progression kind of has a little bit of a dark jazz vibe to it, which these songs had, and I feel like with the arrangement and the vocals, it really honed in on that darkness that I do like. I think that may have been why I was drawn in early to the songs. And this looks like this was kind of, I guess, maybe a transitional period between Tony going behind the camera and then recruiting J Nunn, I guess, is the era I'm getting here. I don't know if I've ever seen a VoicePlay where Tony's gone, but J Nunn hadn't come in and replaced him. So they did an excellent job. I was not expecting Jeff to have that little breakdown, that he had a little solo spot. Really, really nice there. Ellie there at the end also had that great run. Everybody looked at him like, dude, come on, which was great. Then he brought up there at the little end that they had where they were plugging their Patreon stuff. Matthew Darren, great vocals there. First time ever hearing of him. If y'all want to let me know everything I need to know about him in the comments, please do. Once again, VoicePlay took a song or two songs that I wasn't a big fan of and made me enjoy it, made me like it. And that's the talent they got. Great stuff from the guys, as always. Okay, so this is another mashup. This is Scars to Your Beautiful, which I checked out before I listened to this one, another one I didn't know. And I actually kind of dug it, and it's mashed up with another song called All Time Low. Another one I didn't know. I checked it out. It had some elements to it that I kind of like, but overall, not really my cup of tea. So let's see what VoicePlay is going to do with these.
Low, low, low. I was the knight in shining armor.
Okay, yeah, so there
movie.
kind of reminds me of a
Would put your lips on mine and
boy
love
band,
the
Boys to Men
aftertaste
version, supposed to the
now.
original All Time
I'm
Low.
a ghost, I call your name, you look right through me. You're the reason that I just can't concentrate. I've been trying to fix my pride, but now you're broken. Now you're broken.
That was nice.
I tried to hide, but now
Yeah,
you know
nice falsetto from Jay down there.
that I'm at an all time.
There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know
Okay,
you're
yeah.
beautiful just the way
That was a nice segue. Nice mashup there.
Don't change a thing, the world can change its heart. No scars, you're beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, the segue there, going in that chorus there from All Time Low to Scars to Your Beautiful. Really, really nice.
She has dreams to be, and in this house she's starving, you know. Cover girls see nothing, she says. Beauty is pain and it's beauty in everything. What's a little bit of hunger? I can go a little while longer. She fades away, she don't sing her perfect.
I've been trying to fix my pride, but now you're broken.
And she's worth it, the light that shines within.
I've been trying to fix my pride, but now you're broken. Now you're broken.
Jeff, man, on the bass there.
I tried to hide, but now you know it. That I'm at an all time.
Nice, nice. This is really good where you've had J Nunn and Earl on lead, and then you've got Ellie taking that part there. Really gives some differentiation there. You get to hear all three of those completely different voices taking lead parts.
I've been trying to fix my pride, but now you broke it. Now you broke it. Now you broke it.
Yeah, man. Ellie, vocal chameleon. Yeah.
You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change.
If I didn't know that these were two different songs, because I went and listened to them and saw this was a mashup, they're so seamlessly woven together that it sounds like they were written to be one song. Nice. I like that little tag there at the end. Didn't sound like I have any effects on there.
Thanks for watching, y'all. Make sure to check out J Nunn everywhere. His stuff's going to be in the description below or around our faces.
Also, I guess maybe this is before he joined the group and he was a featured player. Yeah, that was good. If you're watching this on YouTube, I said at the top of this show, I'm doing 4 VoicePlay songs, and we're at the point in VoicePlay's catalog. I've checked out so many of their songs that all that's left are a lot of pop songs from 10 years ago that I didn't know that they were covering at the time when they were big. And it's not really my genre, but I know VoicePlay often takes songs that I don't particularly care for, genres that I don't particularly care for, and turns them into something that I really dig. They just did that with The Shape of You, No Diggity, that I just listened to. Done it again with these 2 songs, Scars You're Beautiful and All Time Low. I heard some 90s Boys to Men type boy band vibes there. The arranging on this was great. The mashup on this, I said there earlier that if I didn't know these were 2 different songs, the mashup was so seamless you would think that this was one song written to be one song, that all the lyrics just flowed well. Great arranging job here. The vocals were spot on as always. J Nunn, Earl, Ellie all had prominent lead parts there, and those are 3 totally different voices. And Ellie himself, he can be multiple different voices just by himself, so we got a lot of variety in the vocal stylings here that I love when these guys do that. Yeah, great stuff. Again, the music, not really my cup of tea, not something that I knew before I went to do these songs. I went and listened to the original version just so I'd be more familiar with them, but they knocked it out of the park. Great stuff. Really enjoyed that. All right, up next, this is, I think this was featuring Rachel. This is Attention. I think this is the Charlie Puth song. And again, I only vaguely know that name, not one I'm familiar with, but I went and checked it out. Before this, I'd be familiar with the original. Let's do it. This is VoicePlay's cover of Attention.
That dirt all on my name, 'cause you knew that I'd call you up.
You've been going around every party in LA, 'cause you knew that I'd be at one. Oh,
I'm digging this video too. Each one of them in different sets.
Got me thinking about when you were mine.
and now I'm all upon you. What you'd expect? You're not coming home with me tonight.
Really hear Jeff's bass breaking in there.
Baby, you just hate the thought of me with someone new. You just want attention. I knew from the start. You're just making sure I'm never getting over you. Oh.
Man, she is so good. Every time I hear her with VoicePlay, I'm just blown away by her vocals. Just the tone of her voice. Man, it's so good.
Run around, throwing that dirt up on my name. 'Cause you knew that I'd call you up. Baby, now that we're right here standing face to face, you already know that you
bass, man.
You're just making sure I'm never getting over. You just wanna. What are you doing?
It's interesting because they've essentially turned this into a double duet. She's had a duet with Ellie, and then now she's had a duet with Earl. Really, really interesting choice there. I like it.
Now got me thinking about when you were mine. You just wanna do that I call you dirt on dirt, dirt on mine. You're not coming home with me tonight. Oh, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? now? What are you doing to me? What are you doing now?
I like the mixing technique there.
What are you doing now? What are you doing to me? What are you doing now?
Alternating, panning left and right.
know that dress is karma.
Okay, Jeff's getting a moment here, okay?
Got me thinking about when you were mine.
Yeah.
You just want attention. You don't want my
That's great.
heart. Maybe you just hate the thought of me with someone new. Yeah, you just want attention.
What are you
I knew
doing to
from
me?
the
What are you
start.
doing
You're just
now?
making sure
What
I
are
never
you
get
doing to me?
over.
What are you doing? You just want attention. You don't
Were they actually using those to make the sounds, or was Lane doing that with his vocalizations, and they just cut that to make it like that they were using physical objects to make the sound?
Maybe you just hate the thought of me with someone. What are you doing to me? What are you doing now? What are you doing to me? What are you doing now? What are you doing to me? What are you doing now? What are you doing to me? What are you doing now?
Yeah, it's top notch. Yeah, that was really, really good. Rachel, again, every time I hear her, I'm just blown away. The tone of her voice, her control, her range, absolutely fantastic. Really good video. Subtle. Each singer is in a different set. It's really effective, though. I mentioned earlier, she essentially had a duet with two of the guys at different points in the song. First, it was with Ellie. She and Ellie had a duet there. And then it's transitioned to Earl. She and Earl had the duet. Jeff came in, had a part, wasn't really expecting that. This was also one of those songs where I forget that all the percussion is Lane. Lane beatboxing great as always. Again, wasn't a huge fan of the original song. They didn't do much with it, but the vocals are just so good, particularly Rachel's are just so good that it's like, even if you don't like the genre, the vocals are so good, it just hooks you in, reels you in. Really, really good stuff from VoicePlay, as always. All right, this is the last one of this session. This is Death of a Bachelor. This is a cover of Panic at the Disco. Now, Panic at the Disco was big back in my era, back in my college days, my first college days. And I really haven't kept up with him. I think it's just the lead singer whose name escapes me right now, but I think he's the only one that's actually left, and he is Panic at the Disco. But this is a song that came out like 10 years ago. Whatever year this came out, I missed this song. So I went to check out the original before I listened to the cover from VoicePlay, just like I did with every song in this session that I didn't know. And I actually really dug the song. It got a little bit too modern, poppy in the instrumentation and production in the chorus, but then again, that's also probably one of the reasons why it was big and popular, and I get why they did it like that to kind of update the sound, but overall it had a really old school crooner jazz vibe to it, which I love. That's more my wheelhouse, more my cup of tea. So I'm curious to see what VoicePlay is going to do with this arrangement, if they're going to really hone in on the crooner, the jazz aspect of this song, or they're going to hone in more on the modern pop element of it, or they're going to play it straight, what exactly they're going to do. So let's see what they do here. This is VoicePlay covering Panic at the Disco's Death of a Bachelor.
Do I look lonely?
Okay.
I see the shadows on my
Jeff, all right.
face. People have told me I don't look the same.
Snaps.
Maybe I've
Oh,
lost
Earl again.
way. I'm
Jeff again.
playing
Okay, is it just going to be these two?
with the best of the best? Pull my heart out my chest so that you can see it too.
And they really are
I'm
honing in
walking the
on.
long road, watching the sky
Really are honing in on
fall. The lace in your
crooning.
dress tangles my neck. How do I live? The death of a bachelor.
Okay. Okay, so they
letting
did
the water
they really honed in on the old school 40s 50s crooner, and then when it hit the chorus they started honing in on the more the pop element. Still not as much as the original track, but yeah, really nice.
fall. The death of a bachelor. Seems so fitting for happily ever after. Ooh, how could I ask for more? A lifetime of laughter at the expense of the death of a bachelor. I'm cutting my mind off. Feels like my heart is going to burst. Alone at a table for two, and I just wanna be served. And when you think of me, am I the best you've ever had?
Share one more drink with me. Smile even though you're sad. I'm walking the long road, watching the sky fall. The lace in your dress entangles my neck. How do I live?
The death of a bachelor.
I think if they were to do this now, Jeff would have gone even lower. I feel like he hadn't quite got his range expanded yet as far as it'll go down whenever they did this. I could be wrong though, but I feel like he would have kept going there.
Letting the water fall. The death of a bachelor. Seems so fitting for happily ever after. Ooh, how could I ask for more? A lifetime of laughter at the expense of the death of a bachelor. The death of a bachelor. Letting the water fall.
Death of a bachelor. Whoa, seems
Yeah.
so fitting for.
Happily ever after. Ooh, how could I ask for more?
Man.
A lifetime of laughter at the expense of the death of a bachelor.
Nice.
Oh, hey, what are you wearing around your neck?
Dude, this is a perk of being one of our patrons.
That's right, support us on Patreon at any level, and we will send you one of these very fancy laminate badges to wear at all of our concerts. You know you're coming anyway.
Well, that's cool. You probably don't do that anymore, do they?
You are.
Yeah, that was really good. Again, I dug the original version of this when I went and checked it out before this session. I really loved the jazz 50s 40s crooner vibe to the song, which is also the original video. They were just leaning into that, and the chorus a little too pop for me, but VoicePlay honed in on the same things that the original honed in on, with the jazz stuff in the verses and then the more pop stuff in the chorus, but they pulled back a little bit on the modern pop sound, which for me was a good thing as far as my personal taste go. And it was interesting. I wasn't expecting Jeff and Earl to be the only two on this. I'm not sure why that is. Is that something that they had done regularly, or was this kind of a one-off, or was there a phase where maybe only 2 or 3 of the guys were together? What? Somebody let me know in the comments, because I don't think I've ever seen one like this where it wasn't the full group of whatever the lineup was at the time, but they did a great job. And at the end, in their Patreon plug, Jeff talked about how difficult it was to sing this one because it was the lowest and highest that they had, is what I got out of what he said, that they had ever gone in an arrangement before. And these are the two guys you're going to need to do that, Jeff and Earl. But it's funny, I mentioned in the reaction, I felt like that if Jeff were to do this now, he would go lower than what he did and could go lower than what he did. And you could kind of tell he had not yet expanded his lower register at this point of what it is today, but still really, really good arrangement. And I'm going to have to go check out the original a little bit more, because I did dig it, and listen to VoicePlay's version of that, maybe like it even more. So yeah, great stuff from VoicePlay as always. And I think this is called Death of a Bachelor. I may have said Death of a Salesman at some point in this reaction. If so, I apologize. It's not what I meant. I know the difference between the two. But anyway, so yeah, great stuff from VoicePlay. And that's going to wrap up this Super Show. If you're watching on Patreon, hope you enjoyed it. And the VoicePlay Super Show, we're doing 4 VoicePlay reactions at the beginning of the month. And that's going to wrap us up, and we will see you next time.